Hey fellow nerds, welcome back to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host, as always, Luke Skywalker. Today we have another of those upgrades that I've told you about before. We've already seen the upgrade of Ahsoka Tano's. We've already seen the upgrade of Ezra Bridger. We've seen the upgrade of Princess Leia. And we couldn't really go around upgrading stuff without checking probably the GOAT of Star Wars, or arguably one of the GOATs of Star Wars, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi, because even though we have here episode 1s from LGT Lightsaber, this is Xenopixel, this is 89 Sabers amazing Proffie episode 1 lightsaber from Obi-Wan Kenobi Padawan. Let's check this one out, because this one has easily become one of my favorites, and you're going to be blown away by it, I promise you. So sit back, relax, let's check this one out.
May the Force be with you, Padawan.
In yet another great 89 Sabers box presentation, we have our usual envelope with our instructions. Protection here. We have our hilt with the chassis already on. We have a charger. We have here a little bag for the hilt. We have here the other configuration. So if we want to do the episode 2, which the differences are, you can see here the holes. They are a little bit more different than just that with the episode 2, but you know, visually that's one big giveaway. And then we have here our keys and our retention screws. Simple yet completely useful, and has everything you need for this amazing hilt. Here it is. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful lightsaber. I will say, when episode 1 came out, I hadn't turned 20 yet. I want to say I wasn't even 18, if I recall correctly. And this lightsaber really automatically caught my eye. For whatever reason, I was just amazed by the lightsaber, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to have this one. I was very happy with the LGT version that we reviewed. This was actually our very first review. If you go all the way back, and please don't, because that video was horrible in many ways. But I always thought that, you know, if I could get my hands into something even nicer, if this was possible, because this was already a nice saber, like I would. And just to give you an idea of the differences, you have a difference right here, okay, with these buttons. You have a difference with the, yeah, here it is. You see the retention screw. It has 2 retention screws, and the retention screws are gray. This one has 1 retention screw, and the retention screw is black, so it's very well hidden. You also, like I said, you have the difference on this. You also have the difference that the LGT is a 1-button configuration, so this one, it doesn't do anything. This is the big one, and you do everything through it. And this one is 2 buttons, so that is very cool. As obviously, as always, this one being 89 Sabers, this is a kill switch. This does not have a kill switch. This is just a sleep mode version. But you know, there's nothing wrong with that, because it really saves the battery, and I'm really happy in that sense. This is Xenopixel. This is Proffie, which means that with this one, getting the proper flicker, you can get the flicker correct for sabers, say, like for example the Ahsoka lightsaber that we already reviewed, because you know the flicker of Ahsoka is already very peculiar. But with this, if you put it on that same type of flicker, you pretty much will get a seizure. No, there's really no other way around it. The Force Parks, because you have all the, which are normally the ones that TXQ, the app that TXQ uses, you can vary the flicker, and you can do a lot of things with that app that you can't yet do with Xenopixel, though allegedly that will come. But with that one, then yes, you can put the screen flicker like that, which is similar to the Proffie ones, although you have to put it yourself, where Proffie you already get that out of the box. But with Xeno you can't, so there's that. But Xeno is incredibly straightforward to put sound fonts. So we put on this one the Ben from the Ben Kenobi series, and this one has already the amazing sound fonts from ADN Saber. You really don't need to touch it unless you want to expand on them, but this one's already cool. For comparison, just do show side by side. If you were to see this side by sorry, let's back up a bit. 89 Saber is a teeny tiny bit longer, a teeny tiny bit thinner, and I do mean teeny tiny bit thinner, and the grooves of it you couldn't really tell the difference, but you can tell the difference for one thing. This one's more chrome than this one. This is a bit brushed, so it's not that much of a fingerprint magnet than this one. So there's that. The pommel of this, I don't know if you can see it, but the one from ADN Saber is a little bit more rounded, where this one is a little bit more prominent. So there is that. And then similar to the retention screw of this one is silver, where this one is black. And like we already said, the difference on this. Other than that, and obviously the fact that they're Proffies and all that sort of stuff, really, in terms of weight, pretty much the same weight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting down to that even though this one is thinner, maybe the chassis of this one is heavier and this is the other way around. I don't know, but this one and this one in terms of weight are pretty much the same. Let me show you the big difference when it comes to operation. So on this one, power on is the usual Xeno you do have gesture control and
the chosen.
It's just Ben these days.
So that's the Ben Kenobi sound font. Where this one you would have to turn on, you'd have to unscrew to turn on the kill switch. And
Master, destroy us!
Automatically reverse on. I've seen videos from some people that have a horrible time putting that together. If you want, reinsert the chassis, if you want to get it on the first go, instead of trying to do it, frontally, put it sideways. Trust me on this. For some reason, you'll find the spot, if you will.
That's what she said.
Another good one. You're on fire.
Much easier. So, there's that. Oh. So that is
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is episode 1. On this.
Master, destroy us! Master, destroy us!
That's stupidly cool. And you do get all the other samples, which we'll get to when we do the sound fonts and in a bit. Let's take this one outside so I can show you in the dark how this blade looks like with the flicker and everything, and how the sound font sounds like whenever you're doing the usual cool stuff. And we'll bring it back inside, and I'll show you all the rest of the sound fonts and all that. I can give you my thoughts as to which one I can recommend. Do not get me wrong, the LGT/Nexus type of Saber is budget friendly, so right now I will tell you that if money is your first priority, obviously LGT would be for you. If you can indulge yourself a little bit more budget, you don't really need to wait to the end of the video to know that 89 Sabers is the way to go. It's pretty much always 89 Sabers Ultimate Works, KR Sabers, Korbanth, Elf Sabers. These are the brands that you want to go. But that doesn't mean that LGT or TXQ are nothing to discuss, because like they are really good in their own peculiar way. And to make it even more poignant, there are sabers that other bigger players don't do. I think, for example, the Old Man Maul. Barely any other makers make the Old Man Maul. Or Savage Press, barely. I think only LGT has done Savage Press. So there is that. Like, so let's not discount LGT at all. I'm not trying to this in any way, shape, or form. I think that they have their advantages, and especially when it comes to budget. If that's your main priority, you're definitely gonna go on. You definitely want to go down the path of LGT or TXQ. So there's that. But let me stop talking. Let's take this outside. Have a little bit of fun with it. I'll come back and show you the samples and give you all my pros and cons and the usual stuff.
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, pretty cool. I mean, what can we say? They're not Sabers. Is Obi-Wan Padawan. It's amazing. Now, this has very cool boot up fonts. If I hadn't mentioned this already, you just need to move. And again, if you want proper access to this, just do it through the front, through the back.
That's what she said.
In the sense that for some reason, guys better.
Master, destroy us!
It is a very sensitive core. But there you go. In terms of like popping it in, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, if it's already on and you just want to carry on putting it in, it's absolutely fine. Like, it's not going to damage anything, but I just prefer to have the board off whenever I replug it in. So,
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
that's one. This is never going to cease to be cool. I'm sorry to say, guys, but... And also, you know, like, it is pretty ergonomical, if you will. So there is that.
General Kenobi.
Episode 3.
Hello there. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Tell me this isn't cool. Maybe on the to the right there. Really cool.
Lord Vader.
Really cool. These are your standard, if you will, standard 89 Saber fonts. And
Gestures on. Gestures on.
yes, if you recognize Hyun's voice there, it's because we've added Hyun's operating system sounds, because I like it better. So if you want to turn the gestures on and off, essentially you hit this.
Gestures off.
And then
Gestures on.
and that is Hyun's voice. It is always pretty cool. So I want you to see that this has the lights point to the font, but they're independent from the blade. So like if the blade wasn't in there, this would still be light up. So there is that.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
I was afraid that this was going to have the wrong color.
Don't make me destroy you.
Let's just adjust this a bit. If you find that the AUX button is a bit unresponsive, it might be a little bit looser, just tighten it up a bit and that should be good to go.
Young Ray.
So, who are you?
Cal. Kestis.
Pretty cool. Something.
Master Qui-Gon.
I will say this. What I do like the hum of this, the sound font itself. If you recall the Ahsoka Ultimate Works one that we saw, the one that has the teeny cue of music and then the quote, I like that sound font better. So that's just me.
At last we will have our revenge.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
Ooh.
Do you know Ezra Bridger? He's my friend.
Balan Skull.
Still the wrong color. Pretty cool for scenes.
Ben Solo. I know what I have to do. Kylo Ren. It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force.
Duke Meister. You never go wrong with the Duke
Most
Meister.
impressive.
Okay. Somehow I must have thought that we were telling it to go off, so that's fine.
Master wouldn't do.
I claim this sword and my rightful place as the leader of Death Watch.
Balaba.
Caleb, where are the reinforcements?
Yeah, Caleb, what's up with that?
Rey Skywalker.
I was curious to see if the ignition will come through this, but no. Ahsoka, the fulcrum.
I am Bastila Shan. Going somewhere.
Second sister with the wrong color.
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
You know, this one's funny because that technically is still Ahsoka in Clone Wars, so it shouldn't have the blue, the white blade, but should be blue if anything. This one's crazy. Lighter.
Don't know
The silly
the
rainbow
power
one.
of the dark side.
Power.
And that's it. Overall, as always,
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
amazing job by 89 Sabers. The Saber is incredibly easy to operate, really nice on the hand, never too heavy or too light, has the proper balance.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
It's got everything right. It has the little, detail that we saw in comparison to the other one. So overall, as with everything, I would recommend the Saber. Yes, I mean, is there 89 Sabers I wouldn't recommend? I don't think there is. But in terms of pros and cons, the only con that I can give you, and especially in comparison to the other one, it would be obviously price. But obviously, when you get an 89 Saber, you're paying that level of quality and that level of detail, level of support, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a con, but also, its advantages at the same time. So there is that. As I always say, shop smartly, shop around, because you will be able to find this lightsaber for a really affordable price. I mean, I've seen this one for around £400, and we got it for way less than 200. So make of that what you will. So yes, this will replace our existing one, and we go along with the little plaque that we got. I had gotten this plaque, and then I asked, sent it to a friend to get it signed in Comic-Con this summer. That Hayden and Ewan had been in Canada. I had not asked for the Hayden one because I knew I was going to be seeing Hayden later in the year in the other Comic-Con, which is the one that we got over there. But I knew that Ewan wasn't coming to the UK, so I thought, this is my chance. And even though I didn't get to meet him in person, I'm very glad to have this. And now this beauty from 89 Sabers will sit with that, and it'll be awesome. That is all for me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like. I hope that you find it useful. Of course, if you have any questions or doubt, please sound on in the comments, because I'm always happy to interact. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you are, thank you very much for being one and for helping the channel. It really means a lot to me. And I hope that until the next time that we see each other, first of all, but depending on when you've seen this, because it might already be 2026, so if it is, Happy New Year. And until we meet again, please remember to live long and prosper. May the odds be ever in your favor. And remember, the Force will be with you always. See you around, nerds.